I'm Evan Netch. I'm here in Anthony, North Carolina at Kitty Hawk Kites, and in front of me I have the two 2018 Neil Pryde hardshell harnesses. They've got two options. They have the Atom, which is this one, which is their carbon back, slightly more supportive harness than the Proton. And the Atom is a carbon hardshell harness. It's nice and molded to your lower back. And I'd say the unique thing about both of these harnesses is that the hardshell material ends just before where the strap connection is. So you really get that nice supportive back feel and that fitting shape, but you still have some mobility and flexibility in the size of the harness going side to side. And like many of the hardshell harnesses on the market, this harness is not going to rotate as much. It's going to stay in place and really have that fitted feel. But at the same time, inevitably, a harness might twist just a tiny bit. If you go toe side or the kite pulls really hard or you crash and the harness gets twisted just a few degrees. And I think having those sides still being a bit softer is when the harness does get pulled out of whack for a minute, it doesn't feel quite as crooked. This is the Proton. It's not carbon. It's a little bit softer, even lower profile than the Atom. And I think this can be popular with even that more of the freestyle arena. Somebody that wants to wear a harness and you really feel like you're wearing nothing. Harness is super, super light and just minimal. Just really maximum movement, but you're losing just a little bit of support because you don't have as much harness on you. Or the Atom kind of gives you a little more support, and but you still have that nice freedom of movement. And for me, I prefer the Atom, especially when you're riding super powered. I like having just a little more support on my lower back. The other unique thing about all the Neil Pryde harnesses is that we have 3 spreader bar options. Actually, we have 6, because we have 3 spreader bars in 2 sizes each. These are all a 25 centimeter bar, and they work well for someone my size and slightly larger. But if you do have a bigger waist size, I would say maybe 34, 35 and above, you probably want to bump up to the 30 centimeter spreader bar size, just to widen that bar, because you don't want a huge gap between the end of your spreader bar and the connection point to your harness, because the more webbing you have exposed there, the more likely you are to have some twist and rotation on your spreader bar. But back to our 3 spreader bar options, we have a standard hook, popular for freestyle riders, and this is what's your traditional hook that's been around and is offered by almost every brand on the market. It works well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Then we have the tracker bar, and this is my personal favorite. And it takes your standard hook, but it lets it rotate side to side. And I ride a lot in the waves, but I also do a lot of freestyle, so I like riding with a standard chicken loop. But when you go side to side, with a regular hook, that chicken loop can twist and pull in your harness a little bit. Where this, since your hook actually goes side to side, when you go toe side or make turns on the wave, everything just feels more fluid, and that connection point just feels nice and solid and gives you a little bit more ability. And this is my go-to tracker bar. And I still use it for freestyle, even though it's totally not necessary, but no harm, no foul. I kind of use it for a bit for everything. And then Cabrini also has the Fireball system, which is your more specific hooked in riding, and it's going to give you the most mobility, that ball and socket option. And it's great for in the waves, great foil boarding and general free ride. It's not your unhooking setup. So Neil Pryde has made a spreader bar to go along with the Fireball system, and the Cabrini spreader bar for the Fireball is standard stainless steel spreader bar, which works great, and it has all the options that you need for you can put on any harness on the market. But what Neil Pryde has done, they've made it out of their aluminum, one of their standard aluminum spreader bars, which makes it super light, which is really nice. And it's got a bit of a bigger spreader bar pad on there, which I like, because if the spreader bar does rotate a little bit, it's going to dig into you less. And like all of their spreader bar options, there's your hook knife at the bottom in case you get in that bad situation, so that's easily accessible. And that's just really their Fireball specific bar. So Neil Pryde's fully options, regardless of your riding style: Fireball, tracker, adjustable spreader bar, or your standard hook. Neil Pryde has you covered. So for more information on the Neil Pryde harnesses or any of the Neil Pryde gear or Cabrini kites, check out khkkiteboarding.com.